Fiona orders. Aaron, put that down. Nobody here cuts this greenhouse film today. Whoever cuts one sheet from this family's greenhouse pays for every last bit. I warn them. The typhoon makes landfall in 3 days, according to the latest forecasts. This village lies inside the strong wind zone. All greenhouse film must come down now. Fiona objects. Cut it. This film was replaced last year. It costs thousands with labor. Does television truly say a typhoon is coming here? Not directly to the village, but it lands in 3 days. This open village and its strawberry fields sit directly on the windward slope. When strong winds reach them, those intact greenhouse sheets become sails catching the wind. Sails. Aaron, you have only studied at school for a few years. You have grown strawberries in this village for more than 20 years. You have seen spring gales, summer downpours, and winter snow without frames collapsing. Television only mentions a possible typhoon, yet you want every greenhouse cut. Fiona, this is no ordinary gale. The weather authority has already issued a warning. If a door or film edge tears, wind pours straight inside through the opening. The stronger and more intact the film remains, the more wind it traps. Eventually, entire rows of steel frames bend, not merely the plastic film above them. These are thick steel pipes, not paper. Look carefully what wind can bend them. Cover them with hundreds of square meters of film, and the forces change completely. The more intact the film stays, the more concentrated its wind pressure becomes. Cutting now sacrifices plastic, refusing risks frames, drip irrigation pipes, and strawberry seedlings. Can wind truly topple even steel frames like these? Weather forecasts are not always accurate. Hear that? Possible means it remains uncertain. When has any weather forecast ever been right? Last month, rain was forecast while bedding stayed outside for 3 whole days. Not one drop fell. I counter. Forecasts constantly adjust as the storm path changes. Even when storms miss this village, the official warning still serves its purpose. Enough useless talk. After cutting the film, what happens to all these strawberries? They still need another month to ripen. Pick them now while sour and small, and who would possibly buy them? I have contacted the city cannery. It processes strawberry pulp and canned fruit. Appearance standards are lower than fresh fruit markets. Any unspoiled strawberries meeting processing standards earn 5 yuan per caddy. 5 yuan, everyone hears that. In 1 month, these strawberries fetch 20 yuan. Now he wants each caddy sold for 5 yuan, a full 4-fold difference. 20 yuan is the retail price for premium fruit, not the farmgate purchase price. Packaging, transport, labor, and spoilage come out first. 5 earns little, but at least recovers seedling, fertilizer, and labor costs for everyone. It also gets the berries picked early, leaving time to handle the greenhouses. Something about this whole arrangement feels wrong. I ask, what exactly seems wrong to you? Why does such a huge city cannery obey one newly graduated student so readily? He names the price and requests trucks, they comply. Does nobody find that too convenient? I demand. What are you implying? The accuser answers. What else? Perhaps everything was arranged beforehand. Aaron uses the typhoon to scare the whole village into selling strawberries cheaply to the cannery, saving the factory more than 100,000 yuan. A kickback of a few cents per caddy adds up to how much money? 5 yuan. 5 yuan isn't high. Aaron knows the cannery owner, though he never mentions it. Maybe he really is receiving some private benefit from this entire arrangement after all. Fiona, don't accuse anyone without evidence. I've only met Reed twice in person. The first is my school's organized enterprise tour. The second, yesterday's purchase negotiation call. Fiona remains skeptical. That sounds conveniently clean. Nobody knows what you discuss secretly behind everyone's backs. You claim no kickback came home, but how can you possibly prove that? Here are my chat records with Reed, purchase standards, pricing, and transportation arrangements. Every detail is inside. Anyone unconvinced can call Reed right now and verify it. Who knows whether the two of you coordinated your stories together in advance? You reject the evidence, refuse to verify it, then casually brand someone guilty. So a college graduate is beyond questioning now. Then answer one extremely simple question. If no typhoon comes in 3 days after everyone follows you, what exactly happens to us then? Our strawberries sell cheaply, the greenhouse film is destroyed, and who bears those losses? The village has over 100 mu. Have you calculated what that costs in total? Write a guarantee before everyone. If no typhoon comes, you personally compensate every loss. Weather forecasts aren't absolute. A typhoon can still unexpectedly change its path. It may also weaken rapidly after making landfall, though the risk remains enormous for everyone here. The danger is serious, but I cannot make heaven give everyone a 100% guarantee in writing in advance. So you don't dare. You sounded awfully certain while ordering everyone to cut film. Now your own money is involved, and suddenly you have nothing left to say. I can't guarantee the typhoon passes directly over this village, but the official warning is absolutely genuine. However convincing he sounds, he still refuses to promise compensation in the end. Anyone willing to risk yearly income with him can cut. This family's film stays. These 6 mu of strawberries can fetch a high price in 1 month. Whoever touches even one piece of film faces a fight to the end. Every greenhouse represents a family's entire income. They aren't deliberately trying to oppose me. They are not deliberately opposing me. They simply cannot bear the immediate loss visible so clearly before them. My grandfather declares. You may not trust him, but this family does. Grandpa, why have you come here? My grandfather has one question for the household. How many mu does our family have altogether? 6 mu. Comes the answer, his order follows immediately. Cut every one of them. Start cutting them right now. Kyle, don't be foolish. Your family's 6 mu grow the village's finest strawberries. Cut film and pick unripe fruit now and you lose at least half. Kyle answers. Understood. You know, yet still cut. Kyle's answer is clear. Money matters, but the greenhouse matters more. The whole family's safety matters still more. Fiona objects. The typhoon may not even come. Heaven decides whether it comes. My grandson never gambles with the entire village greenhouses. He studies facility agriculture. During vacations, he stays in the fields instead of playing. Every day he measures temperature and tests humidity. You all see only someone newly graduated from college. His grandfather sees 4 years of study that do not go to waste at all. A farmer challenges me. Why oppose them? Farming needs experience, prevention needs science. Follow whoever is right. Experience and science finally stand together instead of being treated as natural enemies. The elder accepts one simple rule: the soundest reasoning wins. That judgment immediately puts Kyle in the center of the dispute. Fiona attacks his judgment outright. Kyle, you really are muddle-headed in your old age. My family closes ranks around him. We may not support our own elder, but you cannot call him senile either. Fiona points at the harvest. Throwing away strawberries this good is not foolish, then what is? I stop my father. Dad, don't argue, let her say anything today. In 3 days, results will answer. For now, her ridicule remains unanswered, while our family keeps working against the deadline. Grandpa climbed down. My brother and I handle the rest, baskets below, ropes on the roof. My older brother joins me, and we take every unfinished task onto ourselves. I take the greenhouse roof, cutting each securing rope there myself. My father sets our pace. We work together through this as one family. All right. Fiona dismisses us. Waste everything if your rich family wants to anyway. Typhoon turns, mine fetch 20, yours fetch 5 at the cannery. Don't envy me. She reduces our entire strawberry harvest to the cannery's 5 yuan price. Then she warns the watching villagers. Nobody follow this family and make the same stupid mistake with them. One farmer hesitates beside me. Aaron, is the danger really this serious for us? The current path makes the risk severe, but this needs discussion with my family. Of course, this is your family's land, so the final decision belongs entirely to you. Nobody else can make that decision for your family or take it away from you. Then I call Reed. Reed, this is Aaron. Our 6 mu of greenhouse strawberries are being handled. When can people from your cannery come here to collect strawberries from our village? Reed checks. Your village finally starts cutting. Only hours so far. Many callers reach him today. Many contact me today, so transport may be delayed. My question follows. Latest. Tomorrow night. Qualified half-red fruit is 5 yuan per pound. Green fruit depends on ripeness. Sort all inferior fruit separately from the rest. Fine then, I'll wait for you. Reed follows with one final question. How much time do you still have? I answer him plainly. 3 days, no more than 70 hours remain. Then we race heaven for all 72 hours. Reed gives agreement, sealing our 72-hour race against heaven. Pick half-red and riper fruit first. Leave green fruit until last and never mix bad fruit with the good. An elder cuts in. No lesson needed. 5 yuan payment means 5 yuan quality. Haste never excuses cheating, Aaron. Even our urgency cannot become an excuse for dishonesty toward the cannery. The elder directs that final warning about our conscience straight at me. Someone studies the clear sky. This weather does not look like a typhoon is coming. Typhoon remains offshore. Clear skies are normal, but villagers will trust you less. The bright sky now works against every warning I have given the village. A villager scoffs. The sun is fierce today. Where's the wind? Did it go to the wrong village? Someone confronts her. Fiona, do you come to our field this early just to laugh at us? Fiona denies the accusation. This is concern for your family, not mockery. Fiona scoffs. Yesterday's warning sounds terrifying. The warning keeps her awake all night. At daybreak, she expects every greenhouse to fly away, but not even a gust comes. No rain falls either, and her 6 mu of greenhouses remain perfectly intact. My family's greenhouse film, however, is already completely gone. She refuses concern. No pity needed. Pointing across the crop, I answer. Look, half are still white. After 1 more month, they could sell for 20 yuan per jin. At 5 yuan, selling now throws money away. My hand stops hers. Don't touch. Every basket is sorted. Fiona keeps reaching. What's wrong with touching one? She dismisses my warning. The cannery is buying these berries for processing anyway, not selecting premium fruit. Why should touching a single one matter? I phase her. Refusing to cut your greenhouse film is your choice, but you don't need to mock us every day. She insists. This isn't mockery. Fiona smirks. Let's see how a college graduate's calculations differ from a farmer's. Yesterday you said the typhoon arrives in 3 days. 1 day is already gone. There isn't even a cloud outside. Do you still believe you're right? The warning time hasn't changed. I calmly show her the newest available forecast. The path now moves closer to this village. She scoffs. Path forecasts always those words. To me, you simply refuse to admit your own judgment is wrong. We'll know whether I'm wrong in 2 days. She turns her attention toward my father. As his father, you should stop your son, not join him in wasting money. She points toward Kyle. He's already old. You let him cut the film without considering how this family will live afterward. I cut her off. Dad, keep moving. Keep loading the strawberries, don't waste any time. Her remark about Kyle still reaches me. She can keep talking if she wants. I turn my attention back toward the harvest. Every extra basket we pick today is 1 more basket we can save. Winning an argument won't make strawberries load themselves onto the truck. Fiona studies me. You really stay calm. Did you plan this from the beginning? Her suspicion takes a sharper turn. Even if the typhoon never comes, this still makes you famous throughout the village. Fresh from graduation, you become the capable man who finds buyers for everyone. Then everyone in the village looks up to you. Her accusation hangs between us. Your kickback accusation yesterday and your fame accusation today have no evidence. You may reject my advice or question the typhoon's path, but stop attacking me with guesses. Fiona shrugs. Those were casual remarks, why take them so seriously? Because those remarks affect how others judge the risk. I recall yesterday's hesitation. Yesterday, some villagers prepare to cut their film, then put their tools away after hearing kickbacks. A real typhoon cost them entire greenhouses, not words. She snaps. You're blaming me. I'm not blaming you. Everyone should take responsibility for their own choices. But you must also answer publicly for the words you've already spoken here today. If you keep accusing me of kickbacks, I'll take this to the village committee. I'll ask the village committee to publish Reed's purchase contract, including every price, transfer, and inspection record for everyone to examine. Then everyone can stand face to face and explain exactly what they claimed before the whole village. Fiona protests. Fiona sneers. The student returns to scare us. I answer. I'm warning you. Any conflict can be settled with reason. You cannot casually brand someone with false accusations. Fiona backs down only slightly. Fine, you win this argument. The day after tomorrow decides. And my strawberries sell for 20 yuan per jin. Don't come begging for money. She means money for greenhouse film, but Kyle recognizes her stubborn bluster. Kyle lowers his voice beside me. She talks tough, but she is actually afraid. You noticed, if she felt no fear, she would never come over this early. She only wants us to promise the typhoon is really no longer coming. Her 6 mu of strawberries are financing her son's future marriage plans. She knows the risk, she simply refuses to believe it will strike her. The point settled, I turn to Kyle. What time is Reed coming? Kyle has no exact answer. He only said tonight, what if Reed never comes? If he isn't here tomorrow morning, we'll rent a truck and deliver it ourselves. Call again. Reed is loading produce nearby. Several villages are harvesting, then he comes. When Reed arrives, he bows into his apology. Sorry I'm late, nearby villages are rushing produce out too. His late arrival follows a chain of emergency harvest across the surrounding villages. Fiona eyes the whole performance coldly. You make it look very convincing. One person predicts a typhoon, then another comes at midnight offering cheap prices. You arranged this beforehand. Reed fires back. Calling 5 yuan cheap for strawberries supposedly worth 20 makes no sense. After tomorrow, call the cannery whenever you still have strawberries available to sell. Fiona refuses immediately. My strawberries are not 5 yuan fruit. They are worth at least 15 yuan per jin. I watch her hold firm at 11 yuan for every single jin. Another figure comes from Reed. 1 yuan. Fiona stiffens. How much did you say? 1 yuan per jin. Fiona erupts. You might as well rob somebody. Strawberries this good are better thrown into a ditch than sold for that. Reed stays clinical. Untouched by rain or mud, your strawberries meet the 5 yuan processing standard. After tomorrow's storm and steel frame crushing, the usable share falls. 1 yuan is not exploitation. It helps growers reduce losses as much as possible. Fiona snaps. Stop cursing my crop. She starts predicting sunshine tomorrow, but Reed cuts in. Reed keeps his tone even. Hopefully your strawberries are still perfectly good tomorrow. He posed prices. Half red 5, green 3.8, usable seconds 1.5. Separate every grade, then follow the processing standards already agreed upon. A grower checks the orderly loading. Everything looks properly handled. This really protects our costs. The profit isn't large, but at least the greenhouse steel frame remains protected. The original investment comes back too. That is enough for this harvest. Farming cannot focus only on one payday. First, ensure another crop next year. Your village should act quickly as well. Reed's warning sharpens. The typhoon path has shifted closer, and every cannery truck is harvesting. Once winds strengthen tomorrow afternoon, nobody will be able to get inside at all. At that same moment, an official typhoon bulletin interrupts the confrontation. The typhoon's adjusted path brings strong winds and heavy rain tonight through tomorrow morning. All affected agricultural growers must immediately begin the required removal and cutting work. The broadcast commands, clear drainage ditches. When strong winds arrive, nobody enters greenhouses. Again, they warn us of violent winds and torrential rain after yesterday's false alarm. Yesterday they said the weather would turn today, yet not a single drop falls. The broadcast repeats the warning 3 times. Should we check the greenhouse? Check what? The hesitation breaks. Fine. The grower still reaches for more ropes to reinforce the greenhouse against the wind. The broadcast says to cut the film. Aaron says tighter ropes increase the load. Since when do you listen to him? Nobody, we just need a fallback. Then let's cut 2 acres first, leaving the other 4 to see what happens. His wife refuses. Our son marries next year with a banquet and new house to fund. Everything depends on these strawberries. Others sell early, but waiting another month leaves the market empty. Then our price only climbs higher. She refuses to sacrifice the crop. If we cut now, what will pay for our son's wedding? A grower turns to me. How powerful is the level 10 gust in the broadcast? It can snap fairly thick branches. An intact greenhouse traps the wind. An ordinary intact greenhouse catches wind, so its steel frames can easily deform in rows. That greenhouse film was replaced only last year, and it cost over 6,000. What about the steel frames? Over 30,000 with labor. Which matters more, 6,000 or 30,000? I put the choice to my older brother. It really hurts to let go. Of course, cutting ours hurts too. Disaster prevention doesn't eliminate loss, it means choosing the smallest loss. Understanding comes followed by the urgent question. But what happens to the strawberries? Pick every berry at least half red immediately. I'll contact Reed now. We need to see whether his truck can still come. Cover the unpicked berries with the removed greenhouse film, then weigh down every edge with soil bags. Save whatever survives. Every remaining berry now depends on that makeshift cover. Aaron, tell Vera cut or not. My answer is immediate. Cut now. Vera accepts the answer. Then cut the film. These come from the early greenhouse and they're already this red. Wait another month and 20 yuan per pound is certain. That strawberry growing household sells 6 acres yesterday and receives only 60,000 yuan. After ripening, the crop could bring at least 100,000. What cost do they recover? They clearly sacrifice 100,000 in earnings. 100,000 is substantial. My 8 acres lose even more if sold now. A rebuttal cuts in. That isn't how this calculation works. Then show me exactly where my calculation goes wrong. The accounting begins with retail price. First, 20 yuan is the supermarket retail price for premium strawberries. Growers cannot receive that price for every pound they harvest. Second, another month still costs labor, fertilizer, packaging, and spoilage. Third, can your strawberries mature intact before the typhoon arrives? A notice arrives. Report the treatment status of every village greenhouse before 3 this afternoon. The typhoon's right-side wind field may sweep directly across the threatened village. The villagers press me. How fierce could the gusts reach force 11? Fiona clings to the uncertainty. Could not certainly, isn't that what you said? I warned Fiona. Even refusing mitigation, you must confirm receiving the risk notice. She bristles. Why must that be confirmed? You are only confirming awareness of the danger, not accepting responsibility for others. Once strong winds begin, nobody enters the strawberry growing area. Film removed or not, nobody risks their life for the sake of several greenhouses. Fiona declares, the film stays, whoever wants it cut can cut it themselves. The argument ends with my order. Anyone ready to act, register with the village first. She protests. More than half our crops already froze, can't we leave ourselves some security? Her warning sharpens. Mention cutting the film again and the scissors come out. How could wine possibly topple steel frames this thick? Another grower calls out, Aaron, my 8 mu are still covered. Is there time? What happens to the strawberries? Reed, will covering them help? Reed gives a firm answer. It will. Covering them reduces wind exposure and leaves them soaking in less rain. How much survives depends on how strong the storm really is, that's all. I stop the questions. Keep asking and the wind will arrive first, follow me. Don't scatter, the west side faces the wind and is the most dangerous. We start there, first group leader, take your team and remove the western greenhouse film. Everyone with long-handled knives follows me into the first greenhouse. Vera, lead the second group and fill soil bags. Baggers cover each cleared section. Third group, take shovels east and clear the ditches. Open the main ditch first, then every branch. Elderly people and children go home now. Anyone not working stays outside the strawberry growing area. Protect people first and follow your groups. A grower hesitates. This film is only 6 months old and cost over 7,000. Keep every invoice and photograph each greenhouse before and after treatment. Take pictures after the disaster too. Insurance and agricultural assistance may require them. Someone marvels. You even consider that? I insist. Preserve evidence first. Officials determine eligibility later. My order carries across the fields. Every household photographs its greenhouse before and after treatment. Include the greenhouse number in each picture. No more work after that, everyone evacuates. Strawberries can be replanted, human lives cannot be gambled. One last concern rises from the workers. What about the water pump? I shout, leave it. A worker protests. That pump costs over 2,000. 2,000 can be earned again, turn back now and you may never return. A stubborn worker still lingers, so I decide. Wait, I'll persuade him. The danger allows no delay. Evacuate and move. Elsewhere someone complains. Fiona is nearly frightened sick by all of your warnings. I confront her. You are sleeping through this. She scoffs. What else should happen, frightening myself like all of you? The village has basically finished its preparations. Your film can remain, but now everyone must stay inside their homes. Fiona dismisses everything. It's ordinary wind and rain, why panic? I demand, where is Kyle? Her answer reveals the immediate danger. He went into the greenhouse. Add more ropes in this wind. We cannot reinforce the greenhouse now. The more intact the film remains and the tighter it is secured, the more violently the wind pressure concentrates against the whole greenhouse. Kyle stopped tying ropes. He finds another loose section. This side is loose. I will leave as soon as I finish tying it. Leave now, cut the film. Is there still time? The answer comes immediately. No, it is already too late. The wind is already growing stronger and the greenhouse film may start lifting. It can trip someone or let the moving steel frame strike them. Nobody can enter. Another grower protests. Then what happens to my 6 mu? All we can do now is wait. We deal with everything after the wind stops. That becomes the only safe choice. Strawberries and greenhouses matter, but neither matters more than a human life. The typhoon arrives. Someone tries to go outside, drawing a horrified cry. Are you crazy? Going outside now will get you hurt. Nobody is allowed to leave. Money can be earned again. What happens if someone gets hurt? A defeated voice cuts in. The money is already gone. The money is gone, even though you warned me long before the typhoon comes. I turn to her. Fiona, are you and Kyle both safe? We are safe. Relief settles the immediate danger. Then do not go outside. Collapsed steel frames may still move and electrical wires may leak. Touch nothing. Wait until daylight before handling anything. Fiona looks around. Are you still willing to help? You all belong to the same village. First, everyone must get safely through tonight. Tomorrow, we find a solution together. Every grower must register with the village committee and must not enter any collapsed greenhouse without permission. The village will organize unified safety inspections. Someone in the group answers, we truly owe you thanks. You make us calculate it, 6,000 yuan for film, 30,000 for steel. Without that calculation, our greenhouses might now look exactly like Fiona's. You make the final choice yourselves, I only explain the risks clearly. Why has Fiona not come yet? A neighbor answers, all 6 mu at her home have collapsed. Last night the crashes carry through the windows. She's warned to cut the film but refuses. Now everyone knows who is right. Enough. I stop the mockery. Her words are harsh a few days ago, but losing all 6 mu is unbearable for anyone. Whatever our conflict, nobody watches for entertainment after a disaster. Her losses are already severe. Today we focus on disaster relief. Fiona accuses me of taking kickbacks. We can settle that face to face later. Nobody may turn her disaster into a joke. We remove our film early for a reason. We remove greenhouse film early because the whole village must suffer fewer losses, never because we want to watch someone else face disaster. How many mu does your family have? 6 mu. I press the next point. Do you handle them in advance? Not one sheet of film is cut. My next demand is simple. Tell me the current condition. Everything has collapsed. My concern shifts immediately. Report any injuries. There are none. Yesterday afternoon, Kyle enters the greenhouse once despite the danger. I call him back out before anything happens. Nobody is hurt and that is what matters. Fiona finally appears, someone cries. Fiona, what are you doing? This cannot be happening. She cuts through the reaction. It is my mistake. When you first warned me, the answer is that you know nothing about farming. Even as I contact the cannery, Fiona insists. This is about you. Only now is it clear, you never care about earning any reputation. You truly want to save everyone's greenhouses. My accusation about kickbacks was completely wrong. Without evidence, nobody has any right to suspect someone else so recklessly. I insist. What matters now is how many strawberries we can still save. Can any be saved? Before inspection, nobody can declare the whole crop ruined. The frames collapse unevenly and plastic film may shield some strawberries. If they aren't damaged or soaked too long, they still have processing value. Fiona moves. Let me go now. I stop her entering before workers inspect the wires. They must confirm the steel frames are stable and the site is safe first. Fiona makes a promise. This time, every arrangement comes first. She looks across the wreckage before her. This is my land. Younger villagers handle movable outer film. The greenhouse removal leader sorts steel frames. Vera leads strawberry sorting. Intact, lightly scraped, damaged, and waterlogged fruit. Keep all 4 separate. Fiona steps forward. Let me sort them. After growing strawberries for over 20 years, these hands know good from bad. 3 days ago, these strawberries were treasures worth 20 yuan per jin. I cut through her grief. Then stop crying. Tear-blurred eyes cannot sort them properly. Good fruit and bad fruit blur together when tears cloud her vision. Fiona falters. You'll still help me. I answer. These strawberries, not you. Her apology comes plainly. What came out of my mouth before was wrong, sorry. I postpone it. We can settle that after the work, sort the fruit first. Fiona surveys the harvest. 6 mu of land and this little remains. More may remain underneath, but professionals must dismantle the dangerous frames first. She makes her decision. Sell these first, even 1 yuan per jin will do. That price is acceptable. Then my call reaches Reed at the cannery. Reed, the typhoon has passed. Greenhouses stripped early are mostly intact. One household's entire 6 mu greenhouse collapsed, but we have rescued some strawberries. The immediate question decides everything. Can the cannery still take them? Is everyone safe? Reed checks first, then I answer. Agricultural workers are here. Intact and lightly scraped fruit are stored separately. Reed gives one firm condition. Follow the purchasing standard. Fiona addresses him directly. Reed, please accept an apology. He sounds puzzled. Why apologize? The claim that you and Aaron cheated the villagers had no evidence. Those were reckless words. Your 1 yuan offer wasn't robbery at all. You knew wind and rain would reduce the strawberries' value for processing. After inspecting the goods, Reed decides. No whole fruit cans, but jam is possible. Fiona needs the price. How much? Reed sets it at 3 yuan per jin. You can still offer 3. Their integrity is better than expected, but appearance and firmness fail fresh fruit standards. They also fail whole fruit canning standards, so they qualify only as pulp fruit. Fiona accepts. Then take them. Fiona faces the remainder. From 6 mu, only a little over 7,000 remains. At least part survives. More may qualify after the dangerous frames are removed. For qualifying fruit, contact me. Fiona asks, will the factory still buy it? Reed answers, the factory follows its standards. Last night's words have nothing to do with this. To give thanks, thank everyone willing to help rescue your strawberries. Fiona whispers, sorry. These words must be spoken before everyone here. Fiona begins, 20 years growing strawberries convinces me that nobody knows more. Aaron warns everyone about the typhoon. He supposedly knows nothing about farming. Aaron contacts the cannery yet gets accused of kickbacks. Kyle leads the cutting. Kyle gets called senile, and everyone stripping greenhouse film with him gets mocked too. Everyone following him is a fool, according to me. Nobody must forgive me immediately. From now on, any family needing hands or repairs call me. This old woman comes first. Someone accepts. Apology heard. Move the baskets back, tomorrow brings more clearing. A neighbor takes hers. Yours too. Not every steel frame is ruined. Keep repairable ones, sell the rest as scrap. Will everyone help rebuild? Someone scoffs. We argue but never watch family lose everything. Next time, heed warnings instead of wielding 20 years experience. Fiona nods. This is never forgotten.